10 years old, we started touring all over the world, performing in every state from Europe, Asia, Canada, South Pacific, and even Delta. Where are Delta people from? Delta, Utah. But we had a blast, and we built many businesses. We're entrepreneurs. My dad taught at Brigham Young University economics. He taught us the value of multiple streams of income. The average millionaire has 7 streams of income. And that's what really appeals to me with this business, because it's something you can work around your busy schedule. And for me, I dove all in because my cousin, he built about 1/3 of the parent company. It's a $1 billion company. And we just launched Flash Wireless with the former president of Sprint. And you're going to hear why it's the best option for wireless that any of us have, and why we're so excited and why we're losing sleep over this. It's really exciting. We call it Flash Wireless insomnia. Because in Missouri, in my town of only a little over 10,000, we got 2,000 customers. 20% of the town using our service. And we get paid passively, residually. Whether we get out of bed or not, we get a percentage of those 2,000 customers every month. My wife and I love it because it's reoccurring. And that's what we're here to teach you guys how to do, and kind of give you the education, what the company's about, our industry, but most importantly, exactly what you would need to do to make an educated choice as to whether or not to incorporate this into your busy lives. And I love it because we have a system that works. My wife and I proved it over the last year. We're very close for all of the passive income to take care of all of our bills. So everything else we do on the side and around it is like icing on the cake. Because how many business owners are here in the room? Several of you, fantastic. So I would much rather be a business owner than an employee, right? You are building your own dreams. You're able to kind of set what you want when you want, but the reality, most of us, even owning businesses, we trade time for money. If we don't put in the time, we can't earn the money, and often the business that we own ends up owning us, and that's my situation. I'm very blessed in our businesses, but very time poor. And so I'm so excited to introduce to you the gentleman for the last 15 years who proved this system and now launching the most exciting service in all of our lives. Everybody uses. It's people pay for their wireless service before they pay their mortgage. It's become essential, and it makes so much sense. And this is somebody who I trust with my life. And it's so exciting because every family member who he's worked with in this company, he's helped them become financially free. And I'm very fortunate and blessed to be his focus of attention right now, and all of you folks. So thank you so much. Put your hands together for Spencer Hunt. Senior Vice President.
Excited to be here. See you.
See you. Tell me your name again. Sharif.
That's right. That's our missing link right here, Sharif. We got Delta in the house. Go back and tell Jonna, Drew Bay, I said hello. I know we met last time, right? And then are you new here today? Yeah. Gotcha. All right, cool. Well, we're going to go over this business presentation. I forgot hair gel, so I have about 20 to 30 minutes before my hair dries. So we got to get right into this, all right? Very important. So, as a business, this company is so remarkable because of what you can do with it. And I'm going to share with you guys what this business is allowing us to do. Before we jump into the business side, I want you to tell you guys what the heck it is we sell and what we are as a company. That seems to be everyone's first question, which the picture, everyone can guess what we're involved in, right? Cell phones. Any guests in the room, right? How many people are guests? Why show of hands? I've never seen this before. Raise your hand. Hi, you've never seen it? Okay, cool. So you see that we're in cell phones. Do you have your cell phone with you? Yeah. Everyone has their cell phone that's new? See, I left my cell phone in the car, and I risked being late to the meeting to run out and grab it because it's part of me. If I don't have it, then I don't feel like I'm a complete man. Anyone can relate to that, right? Try to spend a day without your phone, and you'll be laughing at the joke. Because this has literally become something that is quite comical, especially to those of us who remember life without a cell phone, but yet we do not believe that actually exists now. Yeah, I don't know how we lived before it was a possibility, but now that we have it, it's not an option. So the cool part about it is we have a chance to build a fortune off this little device. Mine personally is an iPhone 10. It's on the Verizon network. It's fantastic. But the best part about my phone is that it's free. I don't pay for a phone bill. And the best part about my cell phone company is that we can make money on it. That's why we're here today. So let's talk about opportunity in the cell phone industry. 327 million active cell phones in the United States. That's more than people. So we have some huge opportunity. Now, there are $250 billion that are up for grabs that we can now get. We can grab some of that money. So the best way to think about $250 billion is have it all in the air, floating, and then we all have butterfly nets. We can go get as much of it as we want. But without the butterfly net, it doesn't work. I'll explain the butterfly net in a minute, but that's what we're going after, right? So there are great opportunities in a $1 billion industry. We have $250 billion to choose from. 90% of America uses a mobile network operator. That's the official term for these major companies that control the towers. Bless you. The mobile network operator. 90% of America pay their bills to these companies directly. At least 10% of our country that is doing something a little different. They're using a mobile virtual network operator. So about 32 million customers right now in our country are using an MVNO. I am now one of those 32 million. I'm part of the 10% that doesn't use a mobile network operator. I use a reseller or an MVNO. And the reseller that I use is called Flash Wireless. Now, thanks to this gentleman, he headed up the industry that we all have a chance to make money in. Because he was the first person to make money on a cell phone company and have complete control of that company and sell that company 15, 16, 17 years later without having any towers. Virgin Mobile and Sprint that we will do that deal and we will let you use our towers. They put together millions of customers with Virgin Mobile and said, you know what, we'd actually like all of those customers. Richard Branson said you can have them for $500 million. Sprint paid them. Now Sprint owns Virgin Mobile. $500 million later. I'd like $500 million. Can anybody else agree with me on that? Now, other MVNOs you've heard of, Cricket, Metro PCS, Boost Mobile, and the largest one is Straight Talk, 25 million subscribers. Why are we showing you this slide? Some people would say that's irrelevant to the presentation. This is so relevant to the presentation. Because the first thing I would think of as a guest if I was to sell Flash Wireless is anyone buying Flash Wireless? Well, 25 million people have bought a service that's inferior to Flash Wireless called Straight Talk, which uses the Verizon towers. Okay? 25 million Americans have gone into Walmart, bought a SIM card, and went home and put their SIM card packet together, and now their phone is using Straight Talk instead of whatever else they were using. Right? So we don't need 25 million subscribers to be happy. We only need a couple thousand subscribers to be happy. Right? If you were to get, let's say you were to get 5,000 subscribers in your team, in your group, in your marketing group, 5,000 subscribers. That's a 6-figure residual income in this company. Mm-hmm. Not a bad deal, right? Anyone like 100 grand a year, whether or not you work that day, week, or month? You can count on that 10 grand hitting your account every month? Fantastic. Why is Flash Wireless the best cell phone company in America? Number one, we have 2 choices of a network. So Verizon's the most reliable network in our nation. In some areas, it's not the best network. So you have Sprint as well, which is a great network. The only other network that I would see people missing would be the AT&T network, which is really good. And then there's T-Mobile, which no one seems to like, but people like the price, right? And we have covered a wide, right here, 140 million Americans are currently using this, and another 40 million Americans are using this. 40, 50 million Americans are using this. So that's about 200 million Americans that could go on Flash Wireless, no sweat. Because we have no decrease in performance. It may even be better. We have lower pricing and no contract and no credit check. A lot of the things about the other providers that we compete with is that they lie. They lie about the different promotions that they have. It's not always say what the large print saith, the small print taketh away. So don't get so caught up on a promotion you see on the TV, because you got to read the fine print before it gets exciting. So one person yesterday brought up, hey, Sprint Retail's offering this plan that looks like it's better than Flash. I said that is for people with top tier credit, and they can never have been a Sprint customer before. Everyone else gets put on the other plan when they go in the store. But we all know once you're in the store, you're not going to walk out because it's $10 or $20 more than they advertised. So it's pretty smart of them to lie, right, on their advertising, or at least be somewhat deceptive. Somewhat deceptive. Now, here's where no one can compete with us. If you sell 5 services on Flash Wireless, so if you put 5 of your friends, family, children, we're in Utah, so if you work right there, right? If everyone's using Flash Wireless, then your service is free. So don't you think it's a pretty exciting thing? I personally am not as passionate about this from a personal standpoint, but I will be extremely passionate about this if this was offered at my first presentation. Because in my personal life, when I saw this company, cell phone was a quarter of my living expenses. A fourth of my monthly expenses went to cell phone. So for someone to tell me with a little bit of work, a month of work, I could eliminate that bill, potentially forever, I'm all about that. I'm all in, okay? We also have a charity. Every time someone pays their phone bill, they are donating to a child that is food insecure. 17 million kids in our country don't know exactly when their next meal is coming. That's a statistic that all of these Project Feeding Kid type companies provide. And we offer support to those children by paying a phone bill. What we found, there are some companies that have charity partnerships. And I just heard from my friend that has a pest control company that a lot of times people don't even buy the pest control. They just donate to their cause. Now, we don't necessarily offer that, but it's good to know that's how consumers think. One more reason for them to get excited about our product is that they're donating to a cause every month when they pay that bill. So let's say that someone was using a provider and we came in at the exact price. Isn't it a good conversational piece to say, look, if you refer 5 people to your service on the service you're at, you get nothing. If you refer 5 people to the service on the service Flash, you get a free cell phone service. If you pay your bill on your current provider, you pay your bill. If you pay your bill on Flash Wireless, you're donating to a cause to eliminate childhood hunger. One more conversation piece that makes this business extremely amazing. The best part about it is that we can make money on Flash Wireless. That's why it's my favorite service, okay? Because cell phone service, because we can get paid on it. So I've been using Flash for a year. I have no complaints. Very excited. Data is what differentiates every product nowadays. There's very few products where you can't make a cell phone call somewhere, right? I mean, remember the days when you could drop calls all the time? Those days are fewer and more far between. But it's all a data play. But I pay attention to data. Just today, I was with someone that was like, man, I get no data right here. I'm thinking, I wonder what service they're on. They have Flash. They happen to be on retail T-Mobile. They couldn't load something that was necessary, so I'm going to go ahead and look it up on my phone because I'm on the Verizon network. It might be better in this area, and it was. So, it's just one of those things where, data is everything in a cell phone company now, and Verizon and Sprint are phenomenal in those areas with our service. Like the other MVNOs restrict your data. Just like when you're buying a high-speed internet package, you can get high-speed internet, then you can get $50 more high-speed internet where it's way faster. You guys know what I'm talking about? That's how it is with cellular too. And the other resellers make that data go as slow as it can and still be considered LTE so they don't get in trouble for it. And right now there's a class action lawsuit against Walmart for Straight Talk not being LTE fast, even though they're, they probably have good reason what they do with their speeds, but you can look it up online. So our product is phenomenal. I believe our product is superior for all those reasons. But I want to talk to you about the biggest reason why it's awesome, and that's because ACN is how we sell Flash Wireless. And ACN has been around for 25 years. We're in 25 countries on 4 continents. We do about $800 million a year in revenue, which makes it very easy to start a cell phone company called Flash Wireless because ACN's got a lot of marketing track record, and they got a lot of money. So Flash Wireless is a guarantee to take off because that's the product that we're selling, and we sell through a proven channel, the world's largest direct seller of telecommunications, energy, and other essential services. So, like I said yesterday to you, Nathan and Jed, Walmart is to Straight Talk as ACN is to Flash Wireless. So, of course, Straight Talk was going to do great because everything that Walmart touches turns to gold because they have a great marketing channel. Anything they put on Walmart's shelf, you're going to make money. It's a great marketing channel. This marketing channel is also phenomenal. I've sold about 1 million services through this channel. Okay? Here are the services that we've sold for the last 15 years. Now, the first service that we sold does not make the list because that was standalone long distance. That's what I sold when I was in your shoes 15 years ago. That was the product that was available to sell, long distance calling. Didn't get me fired up at the meeting. I like the idea of getting paid on services that are essential to everyone's life. And this slide existed at my first presentation. The only difference was there was an asterisk by the services that we did not have, and it said coming soon at the bottom. So with wireless, that should have said coming soon in 15 years. And there were many times in this venture of mine that I thought wireless would never be there. And I heard it from good authority that it would never be there. But thanks to people like Richard Branson and Straight Talk and other resellers, it's opened up a door for a smaller company to get a piece of the pie like us. And there are other companies out there too. I just saw an ad yesterday for Simple Wireless that uses the T-Mobile towers. I was like, because I'm in the industry, I'm seeing the ad, I'm like, that's an MVNO. I wonder whose tower they're using. And at the end, they had the purple map, our nation's fastest LTE in 5 spots. You know what I mean? So I go, that must be the T-Mobile. And so here are the services that we have sold. Now, we're not so excited about home phone service anymore. Payment processing is great if you own a small business. Television is a phenomenal product. How many of you in the room have satellite TV by show of hands? Okay, so it's a great product, but as you can see, not everybody has it. Oh, it's a great product. And the majority of my income over the last 15 years has been earned off of satellite TV. It's a great product. It's just not a $250 billion industry. It's more like a $20 billion industry. And if I can witness the majority of my income over the last 15 years from a product that's a $20 billion industry, a product that maybe, I don't know, how many million, less than 50 million Americans use it? 327 million use cell phone. So there's just much more opportunity than there used to be when we added Flash Wireless. We do high-speed internet, Vivint, home security, and energy through Zoom Energy, both solar and regular in the markets where we offer it. We don't offer that in Utah yet. But in 2019, Las Vegas will open up for deregulation in energy. California will open up for deregulation in electricity. And how many of you guys know people in those states? By show of hands. So we're going to be offering electricity to those areas and making a fortune out of Nevada and California. You'll see. That brings us to our flagship product, Flash Wireless. Absolutely amazing. These are the services that you will be able to make money on So imagine getting paid when someone talks on their cell phone, turns on their lights, watches the playoffs, secures their home. You make money every month for people doing what they were going to do anyway. That's the best part about this. The way that we market is a zero-cost customer acquisition model. We don't use the normal forms of advertising. We use relationship marketing through you and me. Okay, so let me tell you how powerful this is. A couple of my friends went out this summer to sell Vivint and satellite TV. So they're knocking doors. And Vivint's such a great product that people knock doors and they sell someone on it. DirecTV is such a great product, or Dish Network is such a great product. People knock doors and they sell someone on buying it. So here is friends of mine that are trained to go talk to strangers and tell them why it's a great product and people are buying it. Imagine if that same information is coming from a close friend. Your chances of conversion now skyrocket because the information on our products is so great, but you just got to get someone to listen to it. So I asked the gentleman who's knocking doors for Dish Network, and he says to me, Spence, anybody that's using satellite TV from Direct, I can get over to Dish. And I said, well, you know, I sell Dish too through my home-based business. He said, so tell me how good you think you could sell if every single person you were talking to was your friend or family member. I'll be 100%. Because the only thing for me to close a deal is that they trust me enough to talk about why they should switch from Direct to Dish. And I'm thinking, to have a relationship advantage on that is out of this world. What's the only difference or challenge doing it our way versus his way? Our way, we all have limited relationships. There's unlimited doors to knock. But I'm going to explain how we overcome that hurdle so easy in about 2 seconds. That's our model. We use relationship marketing and we dominate. Right? Now think about this. Said knocker is knocking on a door. Happens to be my friend or family member. I call that friend or family member with the same objective. I'd like to switch you over to Dish Network. Same time. That customer is going to go with me over a stranger in the doorway every time. As a matter of fact, I say, hey, listen to what he has to say, get all the great benefits, and then call me back and I'll set you up with it. Right? And who would do that for their friend by show of hands? And I had no problem saying, I appreciate your 30-minute pitch. I actually have a really good friend in the same industry. I'm going to have to go with them, but I'm grateful for the information you shared. That is an advantage that you guys don't realize. But I realize it because I remember when I was selling long distance through a relationship, all the competition were going out of business, and I was selling long distance every single day because a friend and a family member would listen to my script, my sales pitch, if you will, where a stranger is not going to listen. And so when MCI, which was one of the biggest long distance companies ever, most of you don't even know about MCI. Anyone that's like 30 and older would know, right? 30 and younger, they're like, what's MCI? MCI used to be as big of a name as T-Mobile. Like you would always say, long distance, AT&T, MCI, Sprint. Now when I'm talking about cell phones, I say Verizon, AT&T, MCI, and Sprint. I forget MCI is not part of the group anymore because they went bankrupt. ACN is still killing it, and it's because of relationship marketing. Now, to start your business, you get an online store that allows you to sell all of our services and make money. But in order to have the ability to do that, let's talk about what you need. Personalized online store. It must be hosted, updated, and fulfilled. Customer wants something, that they got to get it, right? Someone's got to do that work, setting everybody up. Product and ordering capability has to be established if we want to make money off of these services. We have a US-based customer care that's phenomenal. All of the billing is done for us. We have independent business owner support, customer tracking, but most importantly, we have us as independent representatives or sales representatives that get to go out and make our products the best possible. There is a value of a customer going with us instead of one of those strangers that they don't know, because we can take care of our customers above and beyond what every other company offers a customer. All right? I'll give you an example. Relationship marketing. When I was getting my final customer in my first month, the lady was hesitant to be my customer. The savings wasn't a big deal, wasn't a big difference. We weren't that close. So just the relationship alone wasn't enough for her to say, sure, I'll switch over. So I said, where's your car keys at? I'm going to take your car for a second. She's like, well, okay. So I took her car to the Sonic car wash. Remember when we had those Sonic car washes? And I vacuumed her car, washed the outside, came back. Said, has Sprint ever done that for you? I think you need to sign up with my service. And she did. She's like, I can't argue with that. See, that's a promotion that my personalized store was running that day. Sign up for my service, you get a free car wash. Right? And I'm explaining to you why that's so genius in any way that you could make that work with your skills and contacts. $499 is the cost of your business. It's very, very, very amazing. And I'll explain why it's so amazing. When I saw this 15 years ago, I was a scholarship athlete. I was balling on a budget back then. Right? It did not make a lot of sense to me to put money out to make money. I never had a business before. I never had a job before. So when someone says pay $499, I'm thinking, what's the catch? Ah, there's the catch. I was just thinking so immature. Everything that can make you financially independent that you need is already done for you for that fee. I was in a business meeting today. We're talking about expanding and getting the business up off the ground. And I said, I'm the financial part of this business until I have an exact business plan. I'm not putting another dollar into this company because $16,000 have already been put into the company and it's not making any money. So the bank's closed until we have a business plan. I got a little pushback from that comment. You know, it costs money to make money. I said, look, I took $500 plus maybe $2,000 in my savings account maximum, probably less. I took $500 and I turned that into $12 million today. $11,900,000 is what this company has now paid me off that first cost. No outside money being brought in, no outside investors. Every dollar I used and spent came from that golden goose that I purchased for $500. That's what I call my business, the Golden Goose LLC. Because it's the one business I have that just keeps spitting out money without having to put money into it. And that's why I see this so clearly, but I can still relate to people that think, oh, $500, oh yeah, what's the catch, whatever, whatever. That's just someone who's never done a business before. Because if you've ever done a business before, you get off way easy with that. Right? I mean, you get your website, you're ready to go. We're putting a team website together, which I'm going to talk about at the end, to make our business easier for our team. And just that team website's already costing me, as of now, $1,700 is what I am into it. But it's going to be great for us to make money and train, right? It costs money. Everything costs money in business. This is the least I've seen, and I love it. Okay, 15 years later, every close friend and family member I have that's a go-getter, I bring into this because that's how much I love it. You don't bring your best friend that's your blood into an opportunity you don't really believe in. You know, that you're skeptical about. There's a proven system, but the only thing that's not proven is us. Well, technically, I'm trying to be politically correct. I'm proven because I'm an SVP. Martha's proven because she's an SVP. But most of us are still becoming proven. But the system itself is proven. All right? Now, let's talk about what they're going to pay us for all this hassle and headache that we're going through. Right? We got to learn how to sell a few services. And I remember thinking, I don't want to learn how to sell a service. It seems technical. It seems slightly complicated. And then I saw the money that they're going to pay us, and I said, I can get very good at that. I'm having an attitude adjustment. And that's the reason why I got involved, even when it was only long distance, everything else coming soon. Because the gentleman giving the speech was 27 or 28 years old, and he was making $50,000 a month, according to legend. And I thought, man, if he's making half of what people are saying, and all I got to do is learn how to switch a service, sign me up for that class, right? So the financial excitement, and not only was he making money, but a large part of that money was in a reoccurring nature. Reoccurring means every time someone pays a phone bill, you're getting a check. How many of you guys paid a phone bill this month by a show of hands? I like those numbers. How many of you paid the taxes on the phone bill this month? Because we got free service. You got free service? Or you paid the taxes too? I was just changing it because some people didn't pay a phone bill because they're on Flash, but they still pay the tax. You're working on that. I love that. See, my attitude is, and maybe I get a little pushback, if you can't get 5 cell phone customers, and you don't want to get 5 cell phone customers. Because it's not a matter of can you do it, it's a matter of do you want to and are you lazy? You know? It's not like for the elite salespeople to have this strive for 5. Every single person in this room should have a free cell phone service 30 to 60 days from now, if you want it. How many of you want a free cell phone service? Don't answer that, Chad, without thinking about it, because you better have 5 cell phones sold in the next 60 days if you're going to raise your hand. Because basically, I tricked you. I got you to say, I'll get the job done, or you can call me lazy without hurting my feelings. Right? You know what I'm saying? Sure. Hey, there's nothing better than putting your feet to the fire. I do it to myself constantly. Right? You know, we're coming out with training videos to making selling service a snap. And I talked about those training videos. But finally, I did what you said. I said, on Tuesday, I will have a rough draft for you to look at. And I was calling the president of the company. Hold my feet to the fire. So what did I do? Monday night, knocked it out, right? Like any good procrastinator would do. But we got to hold ourselves accountable, right? You make 10% of a customer that you personally acquire. It's not a lot of money. 10% of a $70 bill is $7. But it's not the amount that's so exciting, it's the reoccurring nature. And here's why. How many of you, if you left the room today and went outside and in the gutter next to your car there was a $100 bill on the ground, all money, how many of you would pick that up with a smile on your face, a little bit excited? Right? Who would cheer, even if no one was there to hear it? Right? If the wind was blowing, who'd be caught shuffling around the parking lot? And why do we get so excited about that money?
Why?
Yes, why?
Free money.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything for it except for pick it up. Pick it up. And here's what I know about work. I come from a long line of hard workers. Okay, I didn't have the conversion into becoming a worker until late in life. I was not converted. I only wanted to play. Can anyone relate to that? So what I learned is you need money to play correctly. So you're going to have to work at something, but no matter how hard the work is that you do, you don't remember it very good a couple of months or years after. I did the hardest work of my life last summer. And yes, sometimes when I see the moving trucks we used to load last summer driving down the road, I get a little bit of anxiety. It brings me back, and it's painful. But that's once in a while. But if I was making 10 or 20,000 residual from that work, I would welcome that memory, knowing I'm on the other side of the work. Think about it. My mom worked for 12 years. Was being a registered nurse harder or easier than being an SVP?
Much harder.
Registered nurse was harder.
Much harder.
See, as a registered nurse in Utah, maybe you make 40 grand a year. As an SVP, you can make 40 grand a month. Or a lot more, right? And it's both hard, but we say nursing's harder. There's been a lot of hard times in becoming an SVP too. There's no sugarcoat there. But can you feel how hard and painful being a nurse was still? Or do you have to like really draw back and try to remember those days?
I actually can remember it pretty easy.
Well, it's unfortunate, Mother.
But I can't remember how hard it was to get yes.
You can't remember because every single month you get a reminder of your hard work. And you can literally not leave your house for months or years and have so much money to spend because of the work for becoming an SVP. These are the things that I needed to hear 15 years ago to say, this is a great idea. I'm going to include this in my path going forward. It's very, very simple. Most people don't think about important decisions in their lives. Then a great idea like this comes along and they think forever. They got to pray about it first. They got to go home and talk to their spouse first. And I think to myself, that's fine. I'm not going to mock you for being careful, but you're putting more thought into this side business than you did into the spouse. I bet you're going to go ask for permission. You're putting more thought into this business than the loans you took out for college. Those are bigger decisions. This is a small decision that can give you a better result than any career or any education you sign up for. I'm not saying that education is bad. Spend $100,000 on the right education. We're talking about $500 in a side business that can give you the lifestyle and the results of any education, of any situation, or of any investment. 10% on your own services, starting the free money. Now, we have an advantage because we have contacts, right? How many of you know that there's a contact out there that if they were offered a choice of an identical product, they would go with you every single time if they had to choose between it's identical product? So name one of those contacts in your life.
Jim Call.
Okay, name another one.
Ryan Biden.
They would be your customer over a competitor. Do you have any people in your life like that?
Yeah.
Who do you have in your life like that?
Name is Eli Nelson.
He would be your customer no matter what because it's you, as long as the service was adequate. How about your mom?
Definitely.
I would hope, right? That's usually everyone's favorite one unless they are the mom, then it's like my son, you know? I have some mothers that don't even ask their kids. I'm like, you pay for their cell phone. There's no question here, right? There's no asking. So, but you don't have unlimited names.
Yeah.
You have a finite amount of names that will choose you over the competition. And let's just say that's 30 people. Let's just say maybe it's 50 if you're real likable. How many of you in the room know at least 5 people by show of hands that like you? Close? Okay. So imagine if you got those 5 customers on the service, then to get a 6th customer, you start building a team. 2 other people that have their online store, that's what the little computer represents, is your online store. And now they have potentially 5 to 10 people who would be their customer over the competition. And once they get their services, rather than trying to go into a lukewarm market, we get 2 more teammates apiece. And they're 5 customers, best slam dunk customers. Now this works so well that I've signed up millions of customers through this team aspect. Because I only personally got a handful of customers myself. Now I'm getting paid on hundreds of thousands years later. I watched it happen in my first 6 months with my own eyes because I asked someone to be my customer, like a name that you threw out. We weren't close enough because he said no. And then his sister joined the team down in my group. She got him as a customer as her first customer. They had a better relationship than I did. Who cares? I'm still getting paid. I don't care if you sign up with me or her, I'm getting paid. And that's how we're going to infiltrate the entire country. Guerrilla marketing. If you don't understand the vibe of this, go home and watch The Patriot. Okay? Now, if everyone gets 2 teammates and 5 customers, that's not asking anyone to do that much. But you end up 7 times later, which is where they stop paying you, with 250 teammates. If 250 plus teammates get 5 customers, you're looking at over 1,270 total customers. And if the average bill is $30, you're going to make $2,000 a month in residual income off of this group. Now, if the average bill is $60, which is a cell phone bill, now you're making $4,000 a month or $50,000 a year in recurring income. That was like music to my ears. ACN was never and still is not my ultimate vision or passion in life. For all intents and purposes, it's what I do for a living. It's my career. Most people would relate to me saying it's my job. ACN's my job. Very high paying job. Because I have things that are more exciting to me than leading a team of customer getters. Although this is very fulfilling. If any of my other ideas never happened, I will be completely fine with this being my career and having free money and things of that nature, which I will always have. But it also allows me to take the money and invest in more things and build more residual income on the side. And that was my goal. Make $2,000 to $4,000 a month and have the freedom to do anything I wanted in this world, because now you have your time back, unless your bills are more. Everyone has their number on when they wouldn't have to work full time. How many people in the room work a job more than 40 hours a week? 40 hours a week or more, by show of hands. Right? And that's time that you can't do other things, right? I'm just trying to get a feel for it because I've never experienced what you guys are going through right now. Unless I count like sports, right? Unless I count sports, that was 40, 50 hours a week of doing things I couldn't do what I wanted to do. For example, I did want to go knock doors and sell satellite TV or home security when I was in college, but I had to play summer baseball or I couldn't have my scholarship. So I was tied down to something that, I had no choice. My vision of this is I wanted freedom. I'm not talking about making $100,000 a month. I'm talking about enough to pay all my bills, so my days open to do what I want to make more money. And that's the opportunity that we're providing everyone in this room. Now, the last slide goes over how you start seeing this money. You see, the residual income is going to take time to build up. And so ACN puts a bonus promotion together to allow you to start earning money. They have a bonus compensation. And the bonuses are for acquiring new customers. You get a bonus, and then when those customers pay their bills, you get a residual income. Everyone following so far? So the first check you'll receive in this company is going to be through a customer acquisition bonus. And there are 2 types of bonuses that we earn. Quick start bonuses and individual customer acquisition bonuses. Because the quick start bonuses are earned first, I'm going to explain that first. Everyone joins, you must sell 3 of our services and you become a qualified team trainer. That must be done in the first 30 days. Now, the next position is called executive team trainer. And that's the first level that is attached to a bonus. So you sell your first 3 services. That's the minimum requirement to even be a part of what we're doing. You don't exist in this company until you sold those 3 services. We like to tell people, knock that out in your first 10 days. If you don't knock that out in your first 10 days, then get a refund and don't do this. That's how serious getting customers is, because we don't make any money if you don't get customers. The next position requires you to get 2 teammates that want to do the business with you. As soon as they learn from you and us on how to sell the 3 services, you're officially an ETT. And you used to get $250 for doing that, which is fantastic, but now you get $500 for doing it. So for doing what you're supposed to do anyway, you can become completely profitable in the opportunity in 30 days. You guys can clap for that. That's a big addition from last month, right? And some of the people that are in thought, dang it, I joined when it was $250. You know what the answer to that is? Every time you help somebody achieve ETT to make $500, if you're the executive team trainer when they join, so if I am an executive team trainer and you join the business, I can go after a $250 bonus by helping you become executive team trainer in 30 days. So I made the $250 myself. Now I help you. I make another $250. You bring in Sheree. I help you. I make another $250. You make $500. Make sense? Beautiful compensation plan because both people are winning for doing the work. Now, we have someone in the room that just hit ETT, and we want to recognize them for that. Who is it again?
Yeah, so we have actually 2 people that we haven't recognized.
Who's the people?
So we have Tyler Watson.
Oh, yeah, Tyler, that's right.
Tyler and Emily.
Have achieved what I'm talking about, and you've received a check from ACN. $500. Is that exciting? Yeah. So he's $500 in earnings so far, which is a great place to be. Now tell everybody that's new, what was it like to switch a service, and how did you build your how'd you get your 2 TVs?
So I called my brother, and I was like, hey, I'm doing this thing. Don't have time to talk about it right now because I own my own company, do all my stuff. It's like, I've got like 3 minutes. I'm going to hook you up with somebody I know. They can talk to you. Hung up. He was in. So that was about it. And then the second one was one of my friends who works with me. I was like, hey, there's this awesome opportunity. You know, we teach people on enrollment and how to get enrolled in your life, but we don't do a lot of residual. And so learning the residual piece, I was like, this is a no-brainer. Everybody's got a cell phone, and check it out. We went to his house. He signed up right there. Like, sweet. And then had a little chip, and he was a techie, so he did it. So I was like, well, that's easy. And then the other one, I think, which one did it? I guess we just shipped it. And then Ben and Brandy helped us out. It wasn't very complicated. So that was pretty much it. Then we got our check. And yeah, so anyone's ever invested in their own business, I mean, we've invested over $300,000 growing ours, so $500. That's fantastic. It's like, pretty good.
So whenever somebody has a qualified team trainer, that means that they're in the system. So this is a system pin as a Superman pin. So Spencer, this is a great story because ever since he was a kid, he thinks he's Superman, and he is. In fact, we were at Zions National Park, and he got on this ledge. Luckily, there wasn't a big drop, but he said Superman, he jumped off and landed on his face. But we have this.
That's when the legend was born.
That was so. This is, and when everybody gets qualified, they get, our team is called the system. Because it's a system and it works. Here you go, Emily and Tyler. Give them a hand for that. Becoming executive team trainer, for me and for everybody in this business, that's the hardest thing about this business is your first 30 days to get executive team training. And then, because after that, you just help other people do what you did, right? But let's get uncomfortable, let's cram for the test, and let's get executive team trainer, hopefully even executive team leader within your first month. So this is for you guys, executive team trainer. Give them a hand.
Our next position that we're going to talk about is executive team leader. An executive team leader is simply earned by helping 2 people in your team become executive team trainer. That's what you're doing, just duplicating. This right here is the cookie cutter, and now you're just stamping it infinitely. Really, this business is, and it just keeps getting easier every year because executive team, and I think it's kind of important to talk about this. When I joined, to be an executive team trainer, you needed 20 services, and you had to have 3 teammates that all sold at least 6 accounts. And that was ETT when I joined. And how many of you guys like ETT today a little bit better?
Yeah.
I will tell you this. I was at the Jazz game on Friday when we got slaughtered. And I look across the aisle, and one of my top producing team coordinators of 2005 was sitting there. So this guy made 30 G's in a month in 2005 as a team coordinator in our company, TC. And then the real estate boom was happening. His family's a major real estate company out in Arizona. So he moved to Arizona, started doing real estate, let this fade because he hadn't built up enough customers to keep the residual income going. He got a lot of bonuses. I saw him. He goes, "Hey, are you still working with ACN?" And I said, I haven't for the last 3 years a lot, but I still made, $750,000 minimum, on the years I didn't really do anything. But I'm doing a full-fledged push right now because we have a new cell phone product. I showed him my cell phone product in my pocket. I showed him, what we're doing. And I said, "You'll never believe this, bro, but to make $500 today is your cell phone, 2 others, right in your house, or you could do a DirecTV or a Vivint, and 2 teammates." And he's like, "You got to be kidding me. You got to be absolutely kidding me." And I said, "Yeah, I'm not kidding you. I'm waiting for lots of people to make millions of dollars with this program right now. Because for me, it's so much more simple, but sometimes you don't know how great things are if you don't know how things work." All right? So you become executive team leader. Now, every time someone joins your team, you make $100 once they've sold their 3 services. That's why it's so important that you and everyone that joins your team sells 3 services in their first 30 days, or none of these bonuses are paid out. No quick starts or no individual ones. And so we have a gentleman that became executive team leader in 30 days, and he's had a lot of people join his team to make individual bonuses. And not to mention, when a lot of people joined his team, he was the ETT. So he's picking up $250 a person on the people that are promoting, and that's Phil. So come on up here, Phil. Tell me.
So Phil is a very busy man, and he owns his own law practice in Palo Alto. He's done many businesses, very successful. And he wasn't at the last couple of meetings when we promoted. We had about 20 promotions. The last meeting was really exciting. And so he needs to get the system pin, the ETT, and then here's a special pin for executive team leader.
That's platinum. So make sure you put that on.
Thanks a lot. So just real quick, it's been awesome. I got my $500 check for being ETT in 30 days. I've got like an $800 check for just having a bunch of 100s, that have joined and become QTTs under me. I just got 3 emails the other day that said you have 3 people that have become ETT. So I'm going to get 3 checks for $250. So it's been awesome. And about the investing or like putting a little bit of money, $500, guys, is a no-brainer. I started a toy company. It took me, I had to spend $60,000 in cash out of my own pocket to start that company. I started a real estate company. It cost me $30,000 out of my pocket to start. Now I own 37 houses with that $30,000, so it's been awesome. But this one's $500, and I'm already like in the black.
This is right down your alley, Phil.
This is right down my alley. So it's awesome, guys. Really, I'm excited.
So what you guys have to realize is that if you're young, the first people you think about being your first 2 teammates are people that you're peers with, or people that you might have influence over, or people that you think are not too good for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to go after my loser friends because they need something. Right? I really appreciate it. That's fantastic. Usually I specify to everyone that I'm the one telling the jokes today, but I love that. I tell jokes in all the meetings we're now. That's exactly what I thought too, because I'm like, no wonder I was invited to the meeting. But what I want you to open your mind to is that we've attracted and signed up the best people in our country. Which I'd like to consider myself part of that now, 15 years later. But when I came to the meeting, I didn't have an income, so I would be considered someone that would be not the best people in our country that you think of in terms of financially. But when someone like Phil, who has all these accomplishments, sees a business and goes for it, but he's one of hundreds of people that you'd be blown away that have joined our company. The governor of Utah is an ETT with ACN. So just understand, this is not for our broke and misguided friends. When I joined the company, the gentleman said, "Hey, where are you from?" Because the meeting was in California. So I'm from Utah. He goes, "Oh yeah, Utah. You guys have like huge families. You guys are all about like the commercials, where everyone's just happy." You know? He's like, you should get your parents involved. They would probably be really good. And the first thing I said to my RVP is like, yeah, right. I'm not going to get my parents involved in this. It's good enough for me. But I didn't know it was good enough for the Phil Kinneys of the world, for the Martha Huns of the world. And once I went to a presentation and a training, I saw the vision and the people that were involved. I said, 100%, my parents are coming to the next meeting. So you have to open your mind. And the most expensive thing you can have is a closed mind. We are all in our financial situations where we're all right now on purpose. There's no accidents about finances. See, I've been told pretty harshly when I'm telling someone who's a millionaire how things should be. I've heard from that millionaire, there's a reason that you're broke. Don't take offense to this, Spence, but there's a reason that you're broke. And that's because you've been following your ideas, and your ideas lead you to Brokeville. The ideas that I've adopted lead you to millionaire status. And I said, you know, that makes sense. So I had to sell my idea shop or just shut it down. I had to bankrupt my idea shop. And I said, I'm going to use your ideas to get where you are. And that was the beginning of my personal development journey, hand in hand with business. And so now what I try to do is stop saying how something can't work. I ask, well, then tell me your best suggestion on how it can work. I have an open mind, following people that are where I want to be. The best advice I've ever got from a motivational speaker or a motivational book, never take advice from someone you wouldn't trade places with. So don't take advice from someone physically that you wouldn't trade places with. Now, they might have great advice, but you can also get that advice from someone that inspires you physically. Don't take educational advice or spiritual advice from someone you wouldn't trade places with. Family advice, right? I remember when Donald Trump joined ACN, a lot of the haters said, well, I don't like Donald Trump for this, this, and this. I said, well, Donald Trump is not influencing me on this, this, and this. I'm not going to sign up for a family values class from him. Right? But Donald Trump helped me make my first $100,000 month. So I'm definitely going to take financial coaching advice from him. As much as I don't like him. I could say I don't like him. I like Obama over Trump. Right? Maybe, maybe not. It doesn't matter. This is not a political conversation. This is if someone who's a billionaire can help me make money, I'm listening to him. You know what I'm saying? In that field, right? So that's very important to realize that, because you're going to leave here tonight and you're going to get so many opinions from so many people that are not where you want to be. I revere and respect my parents more than any humans almost on the planet. When it came to financial discussions, after I found this company, I used to just have to say, guys, you can teach me anything else you want as parents, not money. You're going to be learning about money from the same people I'm learning about. Right? You have to be careful on who you listen to about business. Now, once you've helped about 4, 5 people do this, then you become a team coordinator, which is what Phil is very close to doing. Now that per rep bonus goes up to $300. Let me tell you how powerful that is. First of all, 5 of these teammates means you have 35 minimum teammates, minimum. It's going to be more than that. When you hit team coordinator, Phil, you're going to have more than 35 teammates. You probably already do. How many do you have right now? 40. 40, right? When you hit TC, you probably have 50 or 60. Now, let's just say you help one person become ETT in a month. 250, 300, 300, 900. You make 1,500, $1,150 for helping one soul win in 1 month. Is that good side money to anybody else in the room besides me?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Side money is something that's also very important to talk about, because there's not unlimited opportunity for side money. You know, there's just that fits in your time frame, that fits in your job, that fits in your schedule. It's not unlimited money. I wanted to make side money while I was playing baseball, and I wasn't lazy. It was like I had motivation. I had real motivation to make money. Right? It was a very traumatic night when that motivation just came to a head. I was hanging out with my best friend from college and a couple of jazz dancers, right? Babes, right? And they said, look, we don't want to be rude, but we would like you guys to take us somewhere other than Wendy's for once. I was like, excuse me. And I told my friend at the time, we got to find some new girls. But number two, they're absolutely right. We need to make money. So that's when my quest, my pursuit of trying to find side money with a college schedule that had me literally as a prisoner because of 21 credit hours and 40 hours of baseball plus weightlifting plus study table mandatory. What am I supposed to do? This. The best thing for a busy person. So this was the first thing I could really fit into that time frame. I became a team coordinator in 92 days from this conversation. Okay, now it didn't all happen overnight. It took me 45 days to get here, and then another 45 days to help enough people get here that pushed me here. And it all just made sense to me. I got here, I saw the requirements to get here. I got to help about 5 people do it. I found my 5 smartest people, and you're gonna get to where I'm at quickly. And I was cheering them on, and one guy did it faster than me. And he was like, oh, I'm better than you. I was, yes, you are. Come on, keep going. Everyone's better than me. Let's go. And when everyone hit that promotion, I hit this promotion, and in my first week, my 70 people, Phil, brought in 10 people that week. I'm thinking that's $3,000 ready to come in. By the end of the next month, there was 100 people that joined the team. So I'm sitting on a lot of money. And that's when my parents got involved because money talks and everything else walks, right? You never make a check with a comment in before, and you show mom and dad 25K, they're listening. Right? Especially when I was the guy that was invited because I was someone that they could influence to come to the meeting. So now my parents are looking at me in that light saying, hey, if Spence is found this, like, I was just honored to be invited to the meeting. You know what I mean? A lot of your friends bail on you. I was excited that they even wanted me. That's where I felt about myself financially 15 years ago. I was like, wow, you guys are exclusively inviting me to this business meeting? And then when I saw all the people, I was like, oh, I think anyone could come. So if you help 2 people become team coordinator, you become regional director, which is where Ben and Brandy did in 8 months, and your bonus is increased. But when you become a vice president, that's when the residual income goes past your 7th level to infinity, and that's where the big money is in this company as an RVP, regional VP. My first year as a regional VP, I made $300K. Couldn't believe it. 24 years old, 23, 24 years old. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, this is nuts, right? I had this idea of how money is supposed to be earned in education and further education and work, trade your time for your money, and then I found a whole new way of life. The good news is, if it hadn't done as well for me as it did, I'd still have a great side business making a couple grand a month. That's our goal. SVP, the money's, if I told you all the money, you wouldn't believe it. So, in closing, we want to help 1,000 people at least in Utah become team coordinator in the next 24 months. 1,000 people walking around with a fantastic side business, potentially full-time business. There's a lot of money at team coordinator. I had huge months. Martha's biggest month as a team coordinator was 38 grand, March 2004. So we have a little Instagram page that I just opened up that I want everyone. It's called The System 1K. The System 1K. So we have systemized. Now our presentation is over. And I appreciate everyone that's here that's new. But what I want to show you for the last few minutes so I have your attention is that we're systemizing right now into a whole new level. We're opening up a team website that Phil has helped us create called flashibo.com, FlashIbo. And then the System 1K is our Instagram page. So on that Instagram page, we'll be doing important posts, but more importantly, we'll be giving out information, messages, training, and testimonials from people that are getting the job done. Don't you guys think it would be valuable if you're struggling to sell a cell phone service and then you see on the System 1K that someone just sold 5 services in a day? Do you think that would be helpful to lift your spirits? How about if you did?
My name is Spencer.
How about if you messaged that person, say, hey, yo, give me a tip. I'm struggling. Right there on social media. So this is a no-brainer. This is a resource that we did not have when I was getting started that will make it so simple to remind you when meetings are, to give you a little bit of training. And if people want to direct message me questions, I can answer them for everybody. Right there on Instagram. I can do Instagram Lives. I can do Instagram Stories. So if you're not on Instagram, get on Instagram. Follow me, obviously. Increase my followers a little bit, Spencer Hunt. But make sure you follow the System 1K, okay? Now, wow, look at this. We also created training videos that we're launching this week. And this is just a little clip so you guys can see what's going to be on the Flash IBO website. So you can, after a meeting, go get the training. So let's.
And he only wears one outfit. Just so you know.
Right.
We're going directly to the studio after this to continue the.
Well, I just didn't want anyone to be confused. I know people get very confused now.
My name is Spencer Hunt. I'm really excited to start this journey with you. When I got started 15 years ago, I was in college. I didn't have any resources like a car, an office, a laptop, any of the things you would need, an income. But I still was able to have massive success and hit the highest ranks of this company by being focused, driven, and having the right mental attitude. This is such a simple business. The most technical part of what we do is selling a service and signing up a service. But if you make it a point to master that process and have a little bit of direction and intensity in the few hours that you spend with this company, you're going to get massive, massive results. And this video is here to walk you step by step through the entire process of customer acquisition so you know exactly what to do. For some people, getting their first few customers is a snap. But for me, it was pretty difficult. As a matter of fact, I even had to use the assistance of the person who got me involved on the first time. With this video, you should be able to master this customer acquisition process completely independent of any support whatsoever. And I'm excited for you to hit your goals. Our goal is to get a lot of customers and make a lot of residual income. Imagine if your residual income could equal or exceed your current income. Think about the freedom. In this company, you get paid two ways. And the first way that you're going to get paid are through customer acquisition bonuses. The residual income will take time to build and to be substantial. It is so important for you to understand before anything else in our compensation plan the importance of becoming a qualified team trainer, or what we like to say, selling your first 3 Flash wireless accounts in your first 30 days.
So that's just, and then we'll go into the technical part of it. That was, you heard all that information at this meeting, but now you can walk through we're going to have the computer, superimposed so they can see the exact process. That way when someone goes home, they go home knowing that those details are going to be available on our website, and they can hit pause and they can select their own services based on the instruction of our training videos. This business is going to duplicate. Imagine all of the hungry entrepreneurs out there that just want a chance to make money. They'll be able to take that training library and completely run the business independently. Now, I know that's going to happen because I have people that have popped up in every major city west of the Mississippi in my team that have hit regional vice president or above. Every major city. I didn't live there. And they didn't have this great resource that we're coming out with. So it's going to explode beyond your wildest dreams and hopefully beyond my wildest dreams here in Utah based on what we put together. And so that's what we're launching. Everything should be pretty much up and running by our Saturday training. And I'm just excited to watch this spider web out, catch fire, and all of us be the beneficiaries of it. So I want to help 1,000 people in this area in the next 24 months or less hit team coordinator. And pretty soon, instead of having a lot of ETT promotions at every meeting, we'll be having a lot of team coordinator promotions. Whoever's on track. There'll be a lot of people that start with us and then quit, even though they still own their own business. And once they see all of the promotions, they're going to come back. They're going to say, wow, I guess this really is doable. Because not everyone has the same vision, but we're going to have the right vision. So we want to invite all the guests here in the room to decide
if you are excited about being a business partner or if you're open to being a customer for the person who invited you. So if you don't want to do this as a business, it's not exciting to you, then you can be let off the hook very easily by just becoming a customer of the person who invited you. Every single time, the way that we build our business the best and the fastest is by having home meetings. By doing these meetings that we're doing here in the free, warm environment of your own house. So we've done a meeting at your house, and that was less than this meeting cost. This is $125 that it cost me. It was free to come to your house. Then last night at your house, it was free. A home meeting is convenient and it's free. And the people you're trying to get to be your customer or your teammate can come over, non-threatening, and we can give all of this information right there at home. And that allows us to build our business without having to wait Tuesday to Tuesday to Tuesday to Tuesday. So how many of you in the room would love for this week for me to come to your house and blow this up and sign up all your friends and family? Anyone? Yes? Okay. So that's it? No one else? You don't want me to come help you make this go?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So before you leave, Martha, myself, Ben and Brandy, we are all as a team working, so if you can't get something scheduled with me, get it scheduled with Ben and Brandy. Get it scheduled with Martha. But we want to come this week for the next 7 days and do meetings for all of you every single day. Now, I do meetings starting at around 12, but if it's really important and it's earlier than 12, I will sacrifice. Okay?
Why is that, Spencer?
Why would I sacrifice?
No, why do you always?
Oh, because I'll be asleep until then.
That's right.
I only made it to like 11:40 today. I was mad. I almost made it to afternoon. I woke up and I was like, take 20 more minutes. I'll try again next time, right? So the thing is I love to work, and it's actually fun. And I realized that I was just actually talking, we were talking before the meeting that I was going to go on a little trip over Labor Day, Memorial Day. And I said, you know what? If we have business to do, I'll stay home. Because making money is more fun than any playing. Because it just makes your future playing more fun. Right? And so if I'm going to play, I like to play right. So if we can make money, I'm staying. If not, I'm going. I want to work. Yes, sir.
What's it cost to be a customer?
You just sign up and you pay the monthly bill. So you don't have to be a member. The monthly bill ranges from $23 for our lowest plan and $79 for our highest single line plan. And there's tons of family plans that make it cheaper to have the unlimited data for not completely $79. We can make it as low as, I think, $39. People can get unlimited data and everything on a family plan for $39.90. But that's on flashwireless.com, and they'll take you through every single price. They do switch a lot. So even on this training video, the process of getting a customer will be explained, but the rates can never be on a video because they change every 3 or 4 months based on what the market is doing. So we can give a price range on the video, but it doesn't make sense to post the rates because they could change the next month.
Do those change monthly for the customers as
No.
well, or do they stay
Nope.
on the plan?
They stay on the plan. If it gets better, they get the better one. If it gets worse, they stay on the better one. Worse is a relative term because it's always good. Well, for example, we did offer a promotion on Sprint that will never be offered again. And I mean, you're going to lose money on this plan as a business owner, and my friend's going to keep that plan for the rest of his life on Flash because it's awesome. All right, so it's a great thing. We don't have the legacy customer problem that every other company does. Even though what's advertised, we're a little cheaper, you can still go to 70% of Verizon's customers, they're on the legacy plan. They're paying more than they need to, even on Verizon. They knew better, they could make a phone call and lower their bill. We're not going to tell them to do that. We're going to tell them to switch and lower their bill. But that's the thing about rates. And you'll see on our video, if you get a customer based on rates, you will lose a customer based on rates. What you can guarantee your customers is that we are never going to be the cheapest, but over the course of 5 years, you're going to be in the best financial position you could because you'll always get the best rates that we come out with, not to mention with the best service for many reasons. And we get customers, thousands of customers, Ben's proven it. So the system works. It's just if you want to do the work. There is literally a pile of money waiting for you if you just want to go get it. And I'll teach you how to do it. I will teach you how to mine the gold. It's there, right? Like I said, I took $500 and turned it into almost 12 million in 15 years. This works. So that's our presentation for the day. We're having a Saturday training at 10 a.m. at our cell phone store, which we're getting people used to going to because it's very easy to get a customer if you go with them to the store. All the questions can be answered. All the phone options are there, and the SIM cards that people need on their phone are right there too. But like I said, there's more about it, but you just watch the training video this week and you'll really be educated on customer acquisition. Saturday is our next training. Next Tuesday night, we will be here. Let's see if we can break 100 people next Tuesday. And anyone that wants to do meetings starting tomorrow morning at noon, I'm ready to help. And let's get those planned, okay?
I'm just writing the address for everybody.
There's the address for our cell phone store. And we are excited that you guys came. And any questions, you'll have Martha, Ben, and myself, which I call the Holy Trinity of Flash Wireless, to answer your questions. So get with one of us three, and we'll answer your questions, and we'll schedule your meetings, and we're going to have a lot of fun with this. So thank you guys for coming. Appreciate your time. What's up?